March 6, 1940, Finnish-Soviet border. A Soviet bullet hit his face, left jaw completely shattered, teeth scattered, blood everywhere. His comrades looked. Simo is dead. But Simo Häyhä didn't die. He was in a coma for 1 week. Then he woke up. His first question, how many more did I get? Answer, 505. And he lived 60 more years. This is the story of history's deadliest sniper. The Soviets called him White Death, and he was immortal. But how does a 5'4" farmer become the world's most lethal sniper? Wait until you hear what he did with just iron sights.
1905, Rautjärvi, Finland, a small village near the Soviet border. Simo Häyhä was born into a poor farming family. He was short, only 5'4", 1.60 meters, thin, quiet, but he was an excellent hunter. From age 5, he hunted in his forests, rabbits, deer, birds. His father taught him marksmanship. Hold your breath, listen to your heartbeat, squeeze the trigger slowly. Simo learned. At 16, he entered a local shooting competition. He won. Every year he entered, every year he won. Everyone in the village knew Simo is our best marksman. But Simo was just a farmer. He worked his fields, tended his animals, lived quietly. But in 1939, everything changed. November 30th, 1939, Soviet Russia attacked Finland. Why? Stalin wanted territory. Finland refused. Soviet Army, 1 million soldiers, 6,000 tanks, 3,000 aircraft. Finnish Army, 300,000 soldiers, old weapons, hope. Nobody gave Finland a chance. But the Finns didn't retreat. The Winter War had begun. Simo Häyhä was 34 years old. When called to service, he took his rifle, Mosin Nagant M2830, an old Finnish rifle. I'm a farmer, he said, but I will protect my country. He joined the army, but no rank, no special position, just an ordinary soldier, infantry. The commander looked at him. You're short, will that be a problem? Simo smiled. No, sir, small targets are harder to hit. But nobody knew this small man would become history's deadliest weapon.
December 1939, Kola Front, Finland's coldest region. Temperature minus 40 degrees Celsius. Snow 2 meters deep. Soviet soldiers were coming. Thousands of soldiers, tanks, artillery. Finnish soldiers waited at the front. Simo was given a mission: defend the Kola line, stop the Soviet advance. How, sir? The way you know. You're a hunter. Hunt. Simo nodded and went into the forest. First kill, December 1st, 1939, morning. Simo was lying in the snow under a pine tree, completely white camouflage. He looked like snow. 500 meters away, Soviet soldiers were walking. Simo raised his rifle, Mosin Nagant. No scope, only iron sights. Why no scope? Because scopes reflect glass. Sunlight shows your position to the enemy. Simo thought, a scope creates weakness. He held his breath, listened to his heartbeat. Trigger. Soviet soldier fell. First death. Simo didn't retreat. He waited. 2 minutes later, second shot. Second Soviet fell. Then third, fourth, fifth. In 1 hour, 8 Soviet soldiers died. The Soviets were shocked. Where? Who's shooting? They couldn't see Simo because he was invisible in the snow. And this was just the first day. But what the Soviets tried next to stop him will shock you. Throughout December, January, Simo hunted every day. His technique was simple but perfect. Take position at night, not daytime. Move in darkness at night, Soviets don't see. Snow camouflage, completely white clothing, even face white, rubbed snow on face. No scope, only iron sights. No reflection, position remains hidden. Hold snow in mouth. Breath vapor reveals position. Simo puts snow in his mouth. Breath vapor absorbed by melting snow. Invisible. Patient waiting. Sometimes 10 hours motionless. Freezing, hungry, thirsty, but waits. One shot, one death. No waste. Every bullet, a life. Immediate retreat. Shoot, wait 30 seconds, crawl silently, new position. January 1940, Soviet reports. Losses increasing on Kola front, cause unknown. Our soldiers fear an invisible enemy. Soviet commander was furious. There's no invisible enemy, find him. But they couldn't, because Simo was a ghost. End of January, Soviet soldiers gave Simo a nickname, Belaya Smert, White Death. White Death. Invisible in snowstorms, makes no sound, only brings death. Soviet soldiers whispered, White Death is there, be careful, he sees you but you never see him. Fear spread, and Simo's count kept rising.
February 1940, Soviet command meeting. A general presented a report. Over 200 casualties on Kola front from a single Finnish sniper. Stalin's representative was furious. One man, 200 soldiers? Yes, comrade, they call him White Death. Find him, kill him, whatever it takes. Soviets' 3 strategies. 1. Counter-sniper teams. The Soviets sent their best snipers, specially trained, scoped rifles, best ammunition. Mission: find Simo Häyhä, kill him. First team arrived, 5 Soviet snipers. 3 days later, all 5 were dead. Simo hunted them. The hunter had been hunted. Second team came, 8 snipers. 1 week later, all dead. The Soviets were shocked. How was he doing this? 2. Artillery bombardment. If we can't see him, let's bomb everything. The Soviets launched artillery strikes on the area where they thought Simo was. Hundreds of artillery shells. The forest was destroyed, but Simo was alive because he had changed position 1 hour before the bombardment. How did he know? He observed Soviet artillery movements. When guns rotated, bombardment was coming. Simo escaped. 3. Night raids. Soviets thought, we can't find him during the day, we'll find him at night. Night raid teams, 20 to 30 soldiers silently searching for Simo. But Simo didn't move at night, he hid. One night, a Soviet raid team passed 10 meters from Simo. Simo, buried in snow, held his breath, motionless. The Soviets passed, never saw him. Simo knew how to survive, too. By the end of February, Simo's count, 400 plus. The Soviets now saw him as a legend. Some Soviet soldiers feared going to the front. White Death is there. Death is certain. Morale collapsed. The Finns declared Simo a hero, but Simo was quiet. I'm just doing my duty. But the Soviets didn't give up, and on March 6, 1940, they succeeded. March 6, 1940, 10 a.m. Simo was hidden in the snow as always. Position: a hillside slope among pine trees. The day was bright, but there was a snowstorm. Visibility 50 meters. Simo was waiting. 500 meters away, Soviet soldiers were moving. Simo took aim, fired. A Soviet fell. 504th death. Simo aimed again, fired. Another Soviet fell. 505th death. Simo smiled. 505, a nice number. He prepared to change position, but at that moment, something happened. A Soviet sniper, specially trained, the best, patient, had been watching Simo for 2 days. He had learned Simo's movement pattern. After firing, Simo waits 30 seconds, then crawls left. The Soviet sniper had aimed at that spot. He was using an explosive bullet. Exploding round detonates on impact, more damage. Simo started crawling. The Soviet sniper pulled the trigger. The bullet struck Simo's left jaw. Explosive effect. Left jaw completely shattered, teeth scattered, left cheek torn open. Blood sprayed everywhere. Simo fell to the ground.
motionless. But what happened next in that hospital will leave you speechless. His comrades, Finnish soldiers, were waiting 200 meters away. They heard the explosion, saw the blood. One looked through binoculars. Simo's been hit. They ran. When they reached Simo, he was lying in a pool of blood. His face was unrecognizable, the left side completely destroyed. One soldier, he's dead. Another, no wait, he's breathing. Very faint, but still alive. But everyone knew this wound was fatal. They put Simo on a stretcher. Blood loss continued. They took him to the nearest hospital, 30 kilometers away. The doctor looked, was shocked. No left jaw, no teeth, tongue damaged, skull fractured. How is he still alive? They operated. It took 11 hours. They repaired the jaw as much as possible, but there was too much damage. Doctor, if he doesn't get infected, maybe he'll live, but he might go into a coma. March 6th, night. Simo was in a coma. Doctors, within 24 hours, he'll either wake up or die. 24 hours passed, didn't wake up. 48 hours passed, didn't wake up. A week passed, Simo was still in a coma.
March 13, 1940, morning. Simo's fingers moved. A nurse noticed. "Doctor, he's waking up." The doctor rushed over. Simo's eyes slowly opened. Blurry vision, pain, couldn't speak. His jaw was bandaged. "Doctor, Simo, can you hear me?" Simo nodded slightly. "Yes." "Doctor, you survived. You were in a coma for 1 week, but you survived." Simo's eyes focused. He raised his hand. He wanted to write. The nurse gave him pen and paper. Simo, with a trembling hand, wrote, "How many?" The doctor didn't understand. "What?" The nurse explained. "He's asking how many he killed." The doctor paused, then smiled. "Official number, 505 confirmed kills. You're the deadliest sniper in history, Simo." Something flashed in Simo's eyes. Happiness? Pride? Satisfaction? Nobody could tell. But Simo wrote again. "War. Doctor, the war's over. Finland signed peace on March 13. The Soviets were stopped. We lost territory, but we survived. Thanks to you." Simo nodded. Then he slept and began to heal. 1940 to 1945. Simo recovered. He underwent 26 surgeries. His left jaw was reconstructed, metal plates, grafts. His face was never the same. The left side remained crooked. But Simo didn't complain. "I'm alive. That's enough." Continuation War, 1941 to 1944. The Soviets attacked again. Finland fought again. An offer came to Simo. "Come back, fight." Simo refused. "I can't fight anymore. My jaw doesn't move. I can't aim." But the truth, Simo was tired. 505 deaths were enough. 1945, the war ended. Simo returned to his farm, Ruokolahti. Rautjärvi had gone to the Soviets. He lived quietly, raised hunting dogs, hunted in his forests, deer now, not men. Neighbors called him Simuna, an affectionate term, but everyone knew he was the White Death. 1960s to 1990s. As Simo aged, the world didn't forget him. Journalists came. "Simo, you killed 505 men. Do you regret it?" "Simo, I just did my duty. They invaded us. I protected my country." "Would you do it again?" "I hope I won't have to." 1998, an interview. Simo at 93. Journalist, 505 deaths. How do you feel? Simo, face crooked but eyes sharp. "I didn't count them. The army counted. I just pulled the trigger." "What was your hardest moment?" "Hardest moment? Every day. Minus 40 degrees. You're freezing, hungry, alone, face to face with death every moment. But you must, because behind you, your family,
your country. No one's broken your record. What do you think? I hope no one breaks it, because if they do, there has to be another war, and I don't want war. 1998, April 1. Simo Häyhä died. He was 96 years old. Natural causes, old age. Hundreds attended his funeral, veterans, politicians, ordinary citizens. One veteran spoke. What did Simo teach us? Your height, age, wealth don't matter. What matters is your courage. One man can stop an army. Simo proved it. On his coffin, they placed his Mosin Nagin rifle, wrapped in the Finnish flag. White Death had found peace.
2024 today. Simo Häyhä's record still stands. 505 confirmed kills in 100 days. History's deadliest sniper. 84 years have passed. Nobody has even come close. Why is it so special? Duration, 100 days. Very short time, very many deaths. Conditions, -40 degrees, snowstorms, day and night combat. Equipment, old rifle, no scope, basic ammunition. Enemy, Soviet Army, 1 million soldiers, unlimited resources. One man, no team, no support, just him. Today, military training academies teach Simo Häyhä as a lesson. Equipment isn't everything. Skill, patience, strategy, these win. Snipers see Simo as an idol. In Finland, he's a national hero. But the most important lesson, Simo Häyhä killed 505 men. Then he was shot in the face. He was in a coma for 1 week. He woke up and lived 60 more years, in peace, quietly on his farm. After the war, a journalist asked, Simo, are you a killer or a hero? Simo paused, thought for a long time, then said, I'm a farmer. War came, I fought. War ended, I returned to my farm. It's that simple. And perhaps that was the most honest answer.